All of a sudden, Karrine Steffans got memory issues. All of a sudden, she got amnesia. She trying to pull the Bill Cosby card on Diddy. She recently, Karrine Steffans, aka Superhead, she recently went on an interview with Piers Morgan, and the question was asked about her time with Diddy, or the time she has spent with Diddy. And now she's trying to act like, oh, I don't remember what happened. Basically implying that, yes, I was with him, but I don't remember exactly what happened the nights I was with him. Basically implying that he took advantage of her. And you're going to even see Piers Morgan. He's going to ask, yo, did he take advantage of you? And she's going to be like, I can't recall. This is nonsense. But we're going to play it. We're going to let it play out. We're going to let it play out.
Did you actually ever have any kind of sexual relationship at all?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you actually have any kind of sexual relationship with Diddy at all?
No, Diddy and I did not know. Well, not to my knowledge.
So what do you mean by that?
Not to my knowledge. I don't. Honestly, I'm questioning a lot of things right now.
What you think?
So not to my knowledge. I don't think anything right now. Just not to my knowledge, because honestly.
That's a very strange response, though, to not remember whether you did or not.
Yeah, isn't it? It is. Yeah, it is. Because
Are you serious? Are you serious? Anyway.
Honestly, Piers, before I went through my text, again, I hadn't read Confessions in 20 years. I wrote it. It was painful to write. So I never wanted to re-traumatize myself and go through those years again. And think about this. I'm a middle-aged woman at this point. I don't want to go back into my 20s and see what happened. But in gathering information for this interview here, reading that passage again for the first time in 20 years, I questioned a lot of things. Like, well, why was he so afraid? And why did he try to, make my boyfriend feel as if I wasn't trustworthy? And
Did you
hear what she said? She was like, why is he trying to make you feel like, go to my boyfriend and say, make him convince him that I wasn't trustworthy? Maybe because you were out there sleeping and hanging with rappers behind your boyfriend's back. I mean, and Diddy knew he couldn't really trust you because you're a lying 304. Or how about this? You're a 304 with a big mouth. So it's not just that you're a whore. You're a whore that loves to run her mouth. So Diddy was just like, you know what? Let me just stick with the male escorts. Oh Lord, from Craigslist. Especially look at what you're doing now. Honestly, I can't quite remember what happened. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. And right here, you're gonna hear Piers Morgan. He's gonna ask her straight up. Did Diddy take advantage of you? And look at her answer.
And
do you think he took advantage of you when you were under the influence of alcohol and drugs?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop you fucking lying.
But you fear that's the case now from everything you've read?
Honestly, yes. Given the context, now that I know, because again, I never knew any of these things about him before. So the things that I learned in the trial, I did not know. I never saw that side of him. I did not know. I never understood. And again, in 2005, when I published Confessions, it says I didn't understand why he was so fearful of me, because our time together was pleasant. And I was like, wait, what is he so afraid of? What does he not want me to tell? I didn't see anything at that point. I hadn't seen anything. At that point, we had, I thought, just a friendly, platonic night together. So I was confused then. And 20 years later, I'm confused now. So to my knowledge, I've never had sex with Sean Combs. We never had that kind of relationship.
Okay, so she can remember that it was completely platonic. But then when you were asked earlier, do you think something happened to you? I don't know. But you remember it was platonic. Bish, which is it? We cannot do this. But I will say this, unfortunately, things run in cycles, right? So this game that women like Karrine Steffans, Cassie, all these people, the games that they're playing where they're always hedging their bets, circling the wagons, right? Like Zoe Williams so eloquently put it, the art of wagon circling, right? unfortunately, the women in the future are going to pay for the nonsense that women are doing with this. When we're talking about essay, when we're talking about these fake essay claims, false allegations, saying that we have a grape culture, right? Unfortunately, unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of, there's a lot of innocent women, unfortunately, that are going to be caught in the crossfires of that, because you have women like this, they play with this, when you talk about consent, retroactive consent, right? They play with this consent thing like it's Madden sliders, right? When you're playing Madden and you're losing, or you're playing FIFA or NBA 2K, you mess with the sliders, you try to rig it to where you have the advantage. This is what women are doing in the dating marketplace. Not really with just consent, but just in the dating marketplace in general. And unfortunately, when that gets shut down, unfortunately, the women of the future, who might not be as bad as Gen Z women or millennial women, right? The next generations of women, unfortunately, they're not the nonsense that the Gen Z women were doing, or potentially Gen Alpha might do. I'll say this, that the generation of women after Gen Z, they're not going to be able to get away with that nonsense, because now everybody sees the play. Everybody sees what women are what they're trying to do, especially now that they have, a leg up, or a taste of, quote unquote power and autonomy. Look what they're trying to do. Tell me how this is fair. Tell me how this is fair at all. But it's wild. It's just wild.
But you can't be sure.
Given what we know now, I can't be sure.
And how does that make you feel?
And that saddens me.
Yeah,
it saddens me, honestly. Yeah, because honestly, during this entire process, I've been shying away from publicity and just letting the trial unfold. I knew things from just being around and people talking, but I didn't know what was going to come out. There was a few things that I saw that without context were strange to me, but I didn't understand them until the trial. And so I've been quiet this whole time, and I disappeared off of social. I just disappeared for the past year, waiting for this thing to unfold. In the unfolding of what I believe to be facts, and definitely the testimonies of Cassie and Jane, and even some of the men, and then looking back at the text, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, when he said, if anything got out, and I remember at the time being so confused, like, anything, like, what got out? Like, nothing happened. We hung out, you were kind. At some point I went to sleep, I don't know when, but I woke up, and then we had breakfast, and you were kind, and I left. Nothing happened. I don't know, Piers, I feel, and just in the last 24 hours, I question what I thought I knew about my time with him.
So right here, because of this interview, a lot of people have jumped to conclusions, and rightfully so. They've asked, is Karrine Steffans gearing up to sue Diddy? And this is what it looks like, from my end. This is definitely what it looks like. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think she's trying to sue Diddy? Do you think she's leaving room for the future so she can try to get some money out of Diddy? Right. This is what I believe, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.